Europa Universalis 5 is finally on the horizon, releasing in just 5 days. And thanks to Paradox, I've been given early access to jump in and get my toesies wet before release. I was tasked with picking my favorite nation to showcase and come up with a fun theme for said nation.
There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
But coincidentally, they're one of my all-time favorites from EU4, so why not give them a go in EU5? This video is sponsored by Paradox, and everything you'll see today is from an early access build of EU5, but it's going to be pretty close to what you could expect on release. We're starting small, the County of Holland, a very modest little nation in the corner of the Low Countries, surrounded on all sides by the French and its subjects, the North Sea, and the Holy Roman Empire. Though very small, today we will find out that small does not mean powerless. Holland sits in the Brugge, I don't know how you pronounce that trade node, and it is absolutely stacked with great profits to be made from the English, the French, the Spanish, the Scandinavians, and many beyond that. So the mission for today? Naturally, form the Netherlands, dominate trade out of the Bruges trade node, and show the world that despite their goofy language and their wooden clogs, the Dutch are not to be messed with. We'll balance diplomacy, economy, and when needed, a few well-timed wars, all in the name of Dutch freedom, and above all, profit. Now, let's dive in and see just how many buckets of ducats Holland can make. Oh, laddies, you know we gotta do the tall Holland into the Netherlands. It has to happen. It's one of my favorite campaigns I ever did in EU4. Why not make it my favorite campaign in EU5? Start off with a bang, right? Initially, economy might look like it's not so hot, but we're going to be okay. We're going to automate all of this. Basically, they will, it'll collect as much tax from them as possible while keeping them loyal. And then we can turn down that maintenance. Maintenance as low as it possibly can be. We don't really need a whole lot of Diplo, but we will pay a little bit of stability to make sure we are keeping stuff good on that end. Of course, we're going to mint what we're able to. And this number is not accurate. Same thing with EU4. It just needs a month to update. Our home market here of Brugge, or however it is pronounced, is a sleeper pick. Like, it's very small, but I promise you it is very wealthy. Take a look at that. We've got so much money flowing through here. 527. Compare that to this one. It's half the value, but it's like 1/4 the size. Meanwhile, over in Cologne, it's comparable in value and very small compared to it. So I think we're going to make something happen here, and we're definitely going to grow it up. You can see the County of Holland is just behind the County of Flanders. Trade advantage, we're about half of them, but we're going to surpass them very quickly. We're also going to try to be forming the Netherlands, obviously, because why wouldn't we? And along the way, we're going to unlock some cool stuff like the polders and all that, because of course we do. We'll start off going for food and construction, our geo stuff, maybe some stability investments, and we'll take it from there. Always good call to make your dude a dude, because it helps out with some modifiers. Early on, we're going to micro the cabinets, but obviously you can't do that forever, and you'll see that very quickly. Increasing province control early on can be a big help. So we'll get this Machten guy in there. And then the other guy we'll use to stabilize, so we'll try to get somebody who's got mill points in there. But you, because you'll be a general probably, this or Richard Schmid. So initially, if we're going to be a trade superpower, we need to figure out what we need to do to facilitate that. You see that our greatest needs is wool, and the reason being is because there is a lot being used up in wool spinners guilds, most of which are actually owned by us. So we're going to lean into that, and we're going to basically create a wool superpower out of wool. And what better place to get wool than England and Wales? You know, the land of the sheep and all that. I won't make the joke because I don't want people to get upset with me. But alas, early on, we will not be importing wool. We will be importing gold, because why not? We'll just get the money. We just import money. Literally just have money get transferred from them to us, and it's a win-win. They'll run out of it eventually, and we'll have to actually do like real trade. But for the first couple of years, you can do whatever you want. We have pops with needs. We'll figure it out later. Unprofitable buildings. It'll work out. For reforms, we're going to go ahead and try to go with autocracy to get that crown power up as quickly as humanly possible. And we really are going to lean heavily into the burghers, because obviously we've got a lot of them compared to nobility especially, and we are going to collect a lot of money from them. Building costs and plutocracy, yes please. Trade capacity, capital economy, yes please. Production efficiency, capital economy, yes please. Are you guys picking up on a pattern here? Now a big one here is this treasury rights tax efficiency. Even though it lets us tax them less, it lets us tax everybody else more efficiently, as well as have lower interest rate, and innovative is good. Obviously that's a lot of stuff, but they're going to be very loyal. We'll be able to get lots of taxes from them. Diplo, we're going to try to be friends with Brabant early on. They're our nearest neighbor, and they're pretty dang good. So we're going to try to be friends with them, and then we're going to make sure we're investing all of our trade into just bringing in gold. Your best bet for buildings early on, I think for basically any nation, is to just spam out these guys. You're going to want to get as many marketplaces as possible, because that extra marketplace gives you market capacity, trade capacity, and that trade capacity you can then use to snowball. So think of it like you're getting the ball rolling on your economy early on. I would kind of describe the first 50 to 100 years of EU5 kind of like Victoria, where it's like you're spamming out buildings, you're building up your economy. Once you get closer to the start date of EU4, you're able to really kind of lean into that like conquering and blobbing, because early on, things are going to be pretty dang slow. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Uh-oh, no more gold. Feels bad. So you can use these suggested trades if you want. In my opinion, they're kind of dookie. I'm not really a fan of them. And if you want, you can just let the AI just handle it, but I like to do it myself and try to at least maximize a little bit of profit. We'll spend a little bit on that. And then we're actually going to do something that I'm going to call a pro gamer move. So you can see we're going to hover over here. You can see masonry is affecting the price by an extra 0.5% increase. So if we were to have a surplus of masonry in our trade node or a stockpile, then we can build for cheaper. And buildings for cheaper means building faster, which means economy go up and line go up, which means more money. And at the end of the day, that's all we really want. So we're going to trade for some masonry. We'll import it from Bordeaux since it's nice and cheap down there. And then the other one, we're going to start working on that wool like we had talked about, because we want to start getting that economic snowball rolling very quickly. And you can see we're going to make a lot of profit off of that. So that sounds good to me. You see our economy is already on the move. And you can see we're selling a bit of fine cloth because we do have quite a bit that we are actually producing. You see, if we go to the hog, we are producing the Tailors Guild. We're going to keep on going on that. But again, we're mostly prioritizing these marketplaces because those are what's going to allow us to snowball fast. There we go. Let's pick up friends with these guys. Keep on working on the wool. And we've got our first parliament. Now, if we want to, we could go to war with these guys. It looks like we are slightly weaker than them, but we could probably make that happen. Taking Utrecht would be really nice because it allows us to unite the rest of this area over here, or this province, and I think we should do that. Plus, Utrecht has 32,000 people in it, and this one has 35, so I think we're going to push for that. So the way that you get like CBs whenever you're in the HRE is you want to call a parliament, pick one that's got a pretty high amount. Let's go with let's go trade expedition. Then you can see we just need to be over 50 and we can fabricate a CB. Let's increase the opinion. It's going to hurt our relations with the nobility, actually, so maybe I won't. Yeah, nobility is the one that we need to keep the happiest, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Fabricate a CB on Utrecht for Utrecht. You can see if we click that there, and boom, easy enough, right? And we're going to declare this war. It says we're slightly weaker than them, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. Let's go ahead and select that and then declare the war. Let's raise the levies. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to war we go. So one cool thing is that actually all of a character's stats affect war stuff. So you can see siege ability is admin. So if we really wanted to push for this siege, we could get this Martin guy on there. But since he's in our cabinet, we can't. And after a short base race, we come out victorious. A couple thousand men died, but you know, some of them may die. That is a price I'm willing to pay. We got lots of money and war reps from Utrecht, who is now not out of Utrecht. We own Utrecht. And we have one advisor integrating North Holland, while the other is increasing control. Kind of a double whammy, yep. And we will continue to build our marketplaces to improve our standing in the trade war going on between us and the Flemish. Because as you can see, our trade advantage is quickly catching up to them. We are actually making way more in profit, but we have double their capacity. So we're going to make sure that we make this happen. Don't worry about that. The Dutch will rule the trade node. There's no doubt about it. Lots of wool coming in here, lots of wool. And then we're going to start increasing our production of stuff from that wool, so it will work. The Age of Renaissance. So I don't know. I'm sure that a meta will come out over time, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with the admin focus. I think that like there's just some good stuff in here for research, or rather advances, proximity costs, those sorts of things. They're all very useful. So we're going to go with that. So after we take that, you're going to see we will get advances that otherwise we wouldn't have access to, which is pretty cool. Now, obviously, we've got the Black Death right around the corner, so we're going to have to start working on some hospitals. We don't want to have our entire population wiped out by it, so let's push for that. Hospitals are good in general, just increases life expectancy and disease resistance. So, you know, if we can help 10%, speaking of, Rotterdam gets smallpox, you'll have that. A couple thousand men dying, you know, it is what it is. Oh, wow. Couple more thousand men have died. That's pretty disgusting. So I just lost like 30,000 pops just from smallpox. Okay. Banking is Chioggia. So there we go. We'll get it eventually. You can see here, if we have laborers, oftentimes you can do lots of useful things with them with here. Mason, for example, produces lots of masonry. Obviously, they need stones and all that stuff. So, you know, you can kind of, if you want, sometimes you can kind of dedicate some provinces to just a lot of labor, and that can be quite useful. You can see some provinces, for example, over here we have woods, but over here we do not. So in the Hague, we can actually build a lumber mill, which is super useful because lumber mills just produce so much lumber, obviously, and lumber is very important for lots of construction. So you can see that how things you can kind of specialize your nation, and we're going to do that. We're going to lean really heavily into a couple of specific things that are going to be bringing us lots of monies. Oh, so this is kind of annoying. We do have a personal union with Hainaut, or however it's pronounced. There is kind of a downside to these because you can see these guys, for some reason, are have 92 great power score, where we only have 42. I don't know how that works. It doesn't actually make any sense to me. But what they're doing is they are trying to bribe us, 1 ducat apparently, to establish seniority over us. And I don't actually think there's a way to fix that. I think that it's kind of a bug. Hopefully that gets resolved because, yeah, I don't want to just be a junior partner in a PU with no say in how that goes, which is how it goes right now. I do not have a say. Brabant is asking us to become a vassal. What is this game, bro? Come on now. Ain't no way, bro. We're like the same size, same power. AI just like insulting me to my face. There you go. We are now a junior partner in the Hainautian Union. I don't know, man. Either way, we continue our efforts to try to build hospitals to prepare for the inevitable Black Death that is going to be coming before too long. We are also on the periphery of the 100 Years' War, but I have no intention to get involved. That's not going to happen because that is not good for money. And all I care about is money. And speaking of money, let's go ahead and call these guys in here. What this will allow us to do is to request some additional taxes. We definitely need that. I'm going to go ahead and do this one just because I don't want these guys to be any more upset with me than they already are. Well, screw it. I guess they're going to be upset with me. Whatever. I don't care. But we need that money big time. That extra taxes, well, it is insane how much more money you get from additional taxes. And apparently Amersfoort has measles. So there's a couple more thousand people dying. And I don't think there's anything I can really do about it. One more hospital in Utrecht, and then we'll probably try to build one in Middlesbrough down here for my subject, but this Dordrecht one is going to be obviously the priority because my people come before my subjects people. Everybody knows that. And we're almost done with our core over here, which is very good. And there it is, the Black Death in Jannebeck, which obviously is going to be, you know, out here in the Golden Horde. I don't care. I don't care about them at all, actually. So as the Black Death starts to spread, obviously we need to start considering how we can go about stuff. Now, part of this, the situation is actually kind of cool. It allows you to do things to help prevent getting it, but also prevent it spreading within your country, or something that you can do to, you know, try to minimize or mitigate some of the losses. We've got quite a bit of time, you know, probably about another year or so until it reaches us, so we can prepare for that. And another thing we need to be considering is the food within our market. Now, our market has good food. We probably want to build granaries in order to make sure that we are possessing as much food as humanly possible, because food, if you don't know, is important. And if you don't have food, you don't have people that are going to be, you know, working the fields and all that, or working in the factories, and then your economy isn't going up. And if line isn't going up, well, that's a problem. Oh, but the Black Death is spreading. It's only going to be a couple more months. We're going to isolate our country. So basically this allows you to slow down how things go. That's kind of how that works. And once it does eventually arrive, these modifiers will change, or these options rather, and we'll figure out from there. Oh my goodness. Yep, Black Death is on the way. But the sooner we can get it over with, the, you know, hopefully better we'll be off. So we've got about 250,000 people. Keep that number in mind. Let's go ahead and present some scapegoats. Blame people for the death, because that will help us out with stability, because stability is important. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad, but we'll see. Numbers are definitely starting to go down in terms of our people, but obviously we just want to hopefully get it over with as quickly as possible. Up over 20,000 people done now. It looks like it's slowly going away. We've lost about 1/5 of our population. It's going to continue at least for a little bit longer while it still peters out here, but it's honestly hasn't been as extreme as I've seen in the past. Yeah, it definitely looks like we're past the worst of it, and it's starting to peter out, so we're looking okay, honestly. So we only lost about 1/5 of our population during the Black Death. Those numbers, I mean, it's kind of callous to say, but yeah, those numbers are actually very acceptable considering when I first started, like when I got this early access back in like March, you'd lose like 50%. Like it was not uncommon to lose like half of your population. So numbers have been tweaked. Continue the marketplaces, of course, but now we can actually start talking about, making some money. Scriptoriums seem to be a pretty good one. We actually already have one here. You see the price for books is very, very high. There is a deficit because it is a need for our people. We could import them, but that's not really going to be worth it. It's going to cost us money because they are expensive. And paper is fairly balanced. So I think that what we are going to do is start working on some scriptoriums, make some money. And again, if we need paper, we can make that because we have lumber, can make the paper, and then we make it into books, and then we sell the books and we make money. Gonna be a minute before we get any of these institutions. So I guess we're just kind of chilling on the research. I don't know if we actually have any more that we can do. Institution growth. I probably should have got that one early on. You can see here that production efficiency is affected directly by the number of buildings in here. So as we build up this second scriptorium here in a few days, this number will go up by 1% per. So if you have 10 of them, you get 10% boost to your production efficiency. So you get more just because it's kind of like, think of it like you got a bunch of factories kind of working together to create something. So that's kind of how that works. It's pretty cool. But yeah, there are very few things in this game that is just like click button, get reward. That is definitely not a theme that you will see much in EU5. Very much, most things are delayed. It's you set it up, you wait, then you wait, and you wait. And over time, your benefits will start to really scale up. Now that we've got a few scriptoriums here, you can see that production efficiency is going up. Levels 3, so this one is 0.8. Because of the age. So the production efficiency basically just means you get more out of that province. So it allows you to kind of encourage tall play, which I think is pretty cool. So you can see here, we need dyes, paper, and lumber for these scriptoriums that we are building. So we are doing fine with that. We've got the scriptoriums mostly built up. I'm going to build up one more over here. And now that we've got those guys cranking on all cylinders, we're going to take a look at paper and see what we can do to get more of that. So you can see here, it says we won't really get a whole lot of money from them. And that is because what paper is made of from fiber pulp, apparently. So what we need is wood, but we also need fiber pulp. Hey, the Black Death is over. Very good. Well, we can actually produce fiber pulp from here. It takes livestock, wood, and tools, but we could probably make that happen, I think. If you don't have to import it, you shouldn't, you know what I mean? Ooh, but it is pretty cheap on the market, huh? Let's import some, see if maybe that can help us out. We'll take a little bit of that and put it into that. See if importing just a little bit would be better than building the buildings. So in the meantime, let's also get a couple of tools guilds up because we definitely need to be getting the tools. We're going to be using them for a lot of stuff. And I am going to start working on some lumber mills because getting that lumber up and moving in our trade node, it's going to definitely pay itself off. Look at that. I mean, 0.82. I think that is per year. I actually don't know exactly how the math works out on that. But yeah, the lumber will be good in the long term. Obviously, it's going to take up to 5,000 pops because these buildings, the labor buildings, are 1,000 pops per. I think it's totally going to be worth it in the long term. Also going to work on some sheep farms over here in this Leiden province because the wool from that is going to double whammy. It gives us food, but it also gives us, wool to process into cloth. Let's annex these boys. No need to keep them independent. That land would better serve me because it is 20,000 pops. Not bad. Let's build some fiber crop farms. Start really pushing for that paper. The scriptoriums are going to be big money. And at the same time, we're building these sheep farms down here to make sure that we are maximizing the amount of money that we are able to get from cloth. All right, we have integrated Mittelberg. So let's see what we've got down here. Actually, quite a bit. Love that. 100 Years War is actually like much more even. in the betas that I had before this initial release, there was quite a bit of a variety in what you would see. Like you'd see French nobles just completely toppling the government. You would see the French completely dominating England. You would see the King of England getting overthrown by like a peasant revolt, and obviously that is kind of interesting to see. But yeah, now it seems like things are pretty, you know, straightforward, a little more historical, I suppose. As we start working with a tool, obviously you're going to see the major thing we're going to be looking for with this one is going to be blacksmiths, which will be iron. So we're going to need more iron. So let's take a look at our trade and see if maybe we can trade for some iron. That would be nice. We'll cut down on some of our exports. Take a look at Brugge and see what iron is costing on the market there. We can import from Paris, and we will do that. And right off the rip, it's going to give us a nice little income boost because, you know, we're going to be creating our stuff for quite a bit cheaper. More taxes, please. Oh, 17 a month is nutty. Also need to be keeping an eye on our RGOs. I mean, that's a pretty solid. DICE is a good RGO. Another thing to be looking at is going to be roads, because obviously we want to make sure that we are getting our keeping our control as quality as possible. But might be worth waiting for an estate agenda to push that a little bit, or a parliament rather. Oh, the Red Turban Rebellion, huh? Not really relevant to me, but that's pretty cool. I can't even see them, so I don't know why it's telling me. How am I supposed to know anything about that? We need more spinners so we can get more fine cloth, because that's money. Luckily, we've got a lot. We can get more. That means we're going to need more wool. Looks like Brabant has entered the fray over here. Yeah, I actually don't understand how this works. Like, this number makes 0 sense. There's no way that these two guys are both like 150, 160 higher than me in the Great Powers list. That's just not true. Because they're a duchy, and these guys are a duchy. They get 50 more than me? Like, I can't become a duchy. I'm not allowed to. You see here, cannot become duchy because we are part of the HRE. I don't know. This seems kind of arbitrary. Not a fan of that one. I'll be honest. My estates just keep on like randomly dropping like 50 loyalty. I have no idea why. I don't, nothing happens that I can really see. It just happens. It's kind of annoying. Oh yeah. 15 scriptoriums. We are definitely handling it. Ooh, and now new count in Holland, huh? He was not that old, but apparently we die at 56. So our union has been disbanded, but we are still a minor partner of Hainaut. We were with Brabant as well. Joint ruling, huh? What with this guy? A rebellious faction, huh? Let's go ahead and just go joint rule. I don't know, man. I don't know what the way to go about that is, but I don't want the unrest. That would interfere with profits, and we don't want to interfere with profits, you know? Lots of lumber, though. We love that. My great power score is dropping even more. So, sounds good. Seems pretty arbitrary. I don't know. Like, in my mind, I'm doing totally fine. Everything is going well. But the game is telling me that we are spiraling out of control and we're going to die. And not just die, but we're going to die and we're going to be losers, which I refuse to accept that premise. All this importing of masonry is finally starting to have a good positive toll on the economy. Building up nice and cheap. Love that. I do just wish I knew. Like, I swear they just randomly are losing loyalty, and I do not know why they are. Might even have to deal with some rebels. It's pretty irritating, but it is what it is. Market Expansion Act, you're going to give us some trade capacity, which we like that. Trade capacity means more money. We're going to start working on some charcoal as well. We're going to turn lumber into charcoal into iron, and that is going to help us continue the snowball that we are working on here. Well, we've got rebels. Amsterdam is broken free. Very annoying, but we'll make it work. It's fine. Get that classic 21% siege for like 2 years. Finally, we get that knocked out. So unfortunate, but you know, these sorts of things happen, you know. A schism in the Catholic Church. Oh no. Anyways. Oh, we need livestock, huh? Okay, well, livestock is produced in Amsterdam. Let's go ahead and spend some labors in Amsterdam on that. Do we have more livestock? I think we do, right? No, maybe we don't. That's unfortunate. Oh, well, what in the world is going on here? Apparently Brugge or Bruges or however it's pronounced has broken free and is currently in a war. I don't really know the hotkeys. I don't think any of these are actually on hotkeys, which is an absolutely wild take. So maybe this is just like a rebel thing, but I think I can actually ask them to become our vassal. So we're going to try that. Oh, right. Yeah, they are a civil war. Unfortunate. I got excited there for a second. Regardless, we're saving up money for now. Obviously, we want to continue to expand the economy, but at some point we're going to need to embrace professional armies. Sooner is better than later, and then we can start rushing down armories and use that to build up some regulars that we can then use to consolidate our region. We also want to start working towards centralization. So I think in our next parliament, we're probably going to look to swap out one of these. Let me see here. Probably traditional distribution. That hurts crown power as well. Yeah, we definitely want to change our distribution of power law. Looks like communal lands from the clergy or from the commoners is a thing as well. So let's go ahead and see. Can we remove that? Oh yeah, we can remove that. So let's just get rid of that. That's gonna hurt their loyalty, but it will free up that value will not be nearly as fast to move towards decentralization, because you can see here decentralization is it's fine, but centralization gives you a ton of crown power and proximity cost, which will allow us to have higher control. We also are pushing towards a traditional economy. We definitely want to push more towards a capital economy. Looks like first come first serve employment is kind of one of the big ones. So if we were to go into our economy here and go to most profitable, it's going to cost 10 more stability, but we'll switch over to most profitable first, which instead of 10 towards traditional, it goes 10 towards capital, which we definitely want that. Capital economy will give us buildings cost, which is a big one, plus production efficiency. More food, but that's okay. We'll be able to incorporate, we'll be able to buy food. Wow. Every single estate just got really upset because my senior partner passed a policy. Okay, man, that seems a little steep right there, considering the fact that that literally takes like absolute like a decade to recover from. I don't know if I support that idea. I'm almost certainly gonna have a civil war now. We'll see how things go with that. Oh, we're getting there. We are getting there. Sooner is definitely better, but obviously we can't be going like -30 stability. That seems silly. So we're going to switch over to favor the wealthy. It makes our burghers happier. Burghers eat more food, but gives us plutocracy, which we definitely want that. The crown power is also a good choice, but the estates, I don't know, man. Both of these are pretty good. We're going to go with favor the wealthy, though, since we make most of our money from the burghers anyways. Okay, we are going to embrace professional armies now. We are basically done. Well, no, we're not basically done, but we're going to go ahead and stop worrying about this research, because we have unlocked professional armies research, which is going to be over here. Namely, we are looking for right here, armory, which is an armory building, which will allow us to get monthly manpower, which is going to be big. And then the other one is going to be handgunners, and then heavy cavalrymen. Those are going to be kind of the major ones. There's a couple of other pretty solid ones, like army morale, of course, and then recovery speed, initiative. We're going to start working towards all of that stuff. But we're saving up our money so we can get those armories off the ground here. We do want to continue to invest to make sure that we are maximizing the money that we are making in the meantime. But it's right now, saving is definitely going to be kind of one of the major ones for us. Burghers are super upset with me. I think I'm just going to have to buy their loyalty. Otherwise, we're going to be 100% getting rebels. Same with these guys. It absolutely hurts so bad, but it certainly beats getting rebels. And this Alkmaar or whatever is rural, so they produce more RGOs. We definitely want to be getting the fish from there. It's going to be good for the market. Let's import some livestock from Paris. That should help us out a bit as well. The people need the meat. Livestock is very good for food. The goal for now is going to be to get to work on getting these gunsmith buildings as well as armory buildings. Once we get a few gunsmiths and handgunners unlocked, we're going to recruit a bunch of them, like 6, 8, maybe 1,000. And then we're going to take over this state here of Holland, rather of Gelderland. And then that is going to give us quite a good little bit of land, especially over here. These two provinces are locations, rather, are both wheat, and wheat is very good. I think it's 10 food per 8 food, so it's the same as livestock, so it's super good for food. They're also both rural, whereas this one may not be rural forever because of polders and all that stuff. And Arnhem is also a really good province or location or whatever you want to call it, because even if I wanted to attack these guys right now, we wouldn't be able to because Brabant doesn't want to help. So now as we push towards capital economy, plutocracy, though aristocracy is still definitely the main move there, but centralization is hopefully the move moving forward. We're going to work on that, and then capital economy. Capital economy is the big one. And here we go. Armories, those are going to be a big one. A very, very big one. So we're going to build probably, I don't know, 4 is probably plenty, honestly. Want to make sure we're saving up our money. They do cost money to maintain, so we don't want to go too overboard with them. State's building stupid buildings. We're going to get rid of that. We will probably spam out the gunsmith, so that's going to be a big one. We basically want to control the gun trade in Western Europe. That's going to be the main goal for this portion. Get all the guns, because that makes it cheaper to maintain our armies, and then makes it cheaper to wage war on our enemies. But now you can see here we're gaining quite a bit of manpower. It might seem like a low amount if you're used to EU4, which, you know, if you're watching this, you're probably used to EU4. But 25 per month is not nothing. It definitely will be plenty, considering the fact that you know, regulars inflict crazy casualties on like the layperson, the peasant levy. So we're gonna see if we can go ahead and snag that CB on these boys, specifically for this province here. We're gonna try to go for it, but we're going to wait. Slightly weaker than them, we can win this war. We would like to, but I'm not gonna do it until I can absolutely dominate them, which I want some regulars for. Once we get regulars in the army, it's go time. Like, it's basically, it's gonna be Jover for them. Get a couple of cavalry. They'll be you know, in the fray. A cool thing in EU5 is that every stat matters. So you can see here, this guy is a goal oriented, so he moves faster. He's got 72 mil, which is great. It affects army movement speed even further, discipline and combat speed. But take a look at that. Morale is boosted by your Diplo skill. Admin affects logistics and frontage. How cool is that? Very nice change. Now that we have them, we will build them, and we will build a lot of them. In fact, the goal is going to be essentially to build all of them. And now we will let those build up, save up more money, and then we're going to rush out a few of those regiments whenever we get them. This will be done at the end of next year, or the end of this year, and then we'll be good. Now the second army, which I don't think I can rename, is going to become the handgunner army, because we are going to recruit a few of them. I'm going to shoot for 3. We obviously are on a bit of a time crunch here. Maybe we'll take out 1 loan. 3 loans. The sooner we get to war, the better. And this might not look like much, but I promise you, this 700 is a big deal. Regulars are something like 6 or 7 to 1 in terms of strength. So this is like 4,000, 3,000, 4,000 levies, plus the levies on top of them. So we're going to go ahead and declare this war, and it shouldn't be much of a war. I think we're going to absolutely steamroll them. Like, look at this. These numbers, they actually outnumber us, but it says we will win. Look at that. Look at those losses. They're taking crazy losses, like 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Yeah, not sustainable for them. So the first portion of the war is basically just going to be us running around headhunting armies like that and just making sure we are inflicting maximum casualties on them. Eventually, though, they will give up. It's like, that's exactly how it works. And I guess we might as well rival them while we're at war. Kind of a weird thing, but I guess that's how we'll do it. So while we take a few losses, we are like depopulating the countrysides of these places. And yeah, I'm not worried about it. No, literally not worried about it at all. And now we will start to sever peace people out, because it has been at least 1 year. That's the rule. We will make these guys basically pay up. That's going to be the goal. I think I'm probably going to vassalize these guys, and then I'll annex this state. That is what I think I'm going to do for this war. These guys are going to become our vassal, as I said. And we might as well collect some money from them. Why not? Ah, nice color. Nice color. There we go. Get these guys out of there. And now it's just 1v1, and it should be nice and easy. Well, they got cleaves as well, but I think we'll be able to piece them out pretty quickly as well. So again, losses, unsustainable, very sustainable. especially considering how much actual manpower we have still. Cleaves, it may actually be worth vassalizing them as well. I'm tempted. I'm definitely tempted. I don't know, man. That's actually quite a bit of AE or whatever they call it now. So I think we'll just piece them out for money. That sounds more appropriate. This is what we will take. A coalition will not form. We'll also take all of their money. And just like that, we grow. And we have perfect borders over here too. Looks good. Now, luckily for us, they're basically all our culture, which is awesome. And then religion, obviously, it's all our religion as well. Gravel roads is tempting. 20% cost is quite big because gravel roads are very expensive. Maximizing proximity. Yes, we definitely want to do that. So let's go ahead and do just that. But that, my friends, is why you rush armories. Professional armies is very strong. Think of it like getting Tech 4 first in EU4, right? Like it's all about maximizing your early punching power. Lets you do some stuff where you can kind of take on like a 3 or a 4v1 like we just did. Remember to turn off army maintenance and all that after the war. Very helpful. And now the control over here is going to be complete dog water for a while until we get it cored up, which is kind of what you would expect. It's semi-autonomous. It's recently conquered. But it'll go up and then it'll be more like these blue and green areas eventually. Food productivity is the big one though. These 3 provinces over here produce a lot of food. And you'll actually see that if we go over here, we're probably going to get rid of a couple of these. And we're going to be working on windmills, which increase food production, especially wheat, which the RGO is wheat. So it will produce a lot of wheat. Great way to make a lot of money and a lot of food early on. So Cologne is like pulling us into their market. We definitely do not want that. We want to deny their market access. That is going to ensure that Brugge is big and powerful. This is so expensive, but I think we really do have to do it if we want to start working towards getting aristocracy, or rather our centralization. We really need to start pushing for that. That extra crown power and proximity cost is just going to be so helpful. We've got money. If we need to buy these guys a little bit of loyalty, it's very expensive, but we can if we need to. Man, these boys are going to try to integrate me. I got to figure something out. Apparently they're still significantly more powerful than me, though. I think it's honestly just like that plus 50. Oh, goody. It did that thing again. Yeah, I got to say it. They got to change it. I hate this. I hate this. These things are being passed. It has nothing to do. Like I do not have a choice in how it goes. And my estates are getting really angry and I'm going to have rebels because of it. Oh, wow. Brabant just gave me a lot of money. Like a lot of money. That's kind of crazy. Pays to have good friends, I guess. Grand Palace. Well, I think we're going to have to do it. Yeah, these guys are just like absolutely locked down. I think I'm going to have a civil war. And like I said, it was for something that I had absolutely no say in because I happen to be in the HRE and locked at county rank. I don't know, man. Let's see if I can pay them off one more time and avoid it. But it looks like I'm probably going to end up having the rebels. We keep getting these stability events that are making the AI more likely to join rebellions as well. Take out a loan or two. It's going to allow me to pay these guys off. I really don't want to fight a civil war if I don't have to. That actually went up. It was 0.99. Now it's 1.01. So we'll see. Yeah. Oh, these events are actually pretty repetitive as well. I've gotten this same one like 50 times and I have to choose to either lose stability and legitimacy or lose estate satisfaction, which clearly I can't afford to lose. So I just keep losing stability like every 6 months. Finally, we need to see if we can get these guys happy with us. It goes up quite a bit quicker when you have Senate going on, which we definitely want to. Hey, and it's 1400. Pretty cool. So it looks like we might be able to get it gone yet. We're almost done integrating the land over here, so control is going to be going up quite a bit as we get those cores finished up. So slowly but surely, but that's kind of the way this game goes. I think Zoomers really kind of want that like click button, get reward, click button, get reward. And that literally just like does not exist in EU5. Oh, we've got the Hussites. We've got the Hussites. So not sure where exactly. Oh, there they are. Yep. That's it. Very cool. I don't know. I guess they probably don't show up a whole lot because they're mostly just like in these couple of areas. Yeah. Okay, man. That's cool. Control slowly but surely creeping up. That's the way it'll go. Baltic grain, huh? Okay. Oh my goodness, they both have 9 out of 11 RGOs already. That's crazy. We are going to be making so much grain. So much. Irrigation is going to be the big one. Food production is going to be very big. So we're starting off at 91 and 97. Remember that these two right here are going to be kind of like the breadbasket of the entire country. 91, 97. It's only going up from here, especially if we're building 9 irrigation. Because like I said, it's what, 10% per, something like that. Oh, these tooltips, man. These tooltips, man. I hover over this one, it tells me exactly what I want to know. I hover over this one, it tells me literally nothing. Oh yeah, numbers going up, baby. Numbers going up. Banking will unlock polders for us, which is going to be pretty good. Ooh, and counting houses, crown power. Yep. All right, we're doing it. We're going to do it. We will continue to build the roads until transport improves or whatever. But for real though, roads are actually super important for helping out with proximity. Look at that, baby. Almost 30 ducats a month. We love to see it. Now we've got the buildings going off on full tilt. Our guy's dead. Long live our guy. We formed the union with Munster now? What in the world? These guys joined us? Come on now. Aren't they a theocracy? Or shouldn't they be? Prince Bishopric. They're a Prince Bishopric. Okay. Oh. Well. Yeah, you ain't looking so good, Hano. Well, that's what you get for trying to force me into a junior partnership, you prick. I hope you get annexed too. Well, these guys are going to give me another 450 gold, so I might as well take that too. Hey, yo, Renaissance? I don't know if that's actually... Ooh, a cabinet seat? Yikes. Okay. A crown power? Oh, okay, we definitely need that. We're going to have to wait, though. That's not quite here yet. Going to save up for those counting houses. Those are going to be really useful. Meanwhile, Rotterdam is literally just like our coal and iron guy. Like just this one location alone, and that's its entire dedicated purpose. And we're at 45 a month with a additional taxes. We love that. Love to see that. We will continue to build more roads because that's what we do. Now, if my mother would have taken Tylenol, it would be railroads, but we're doing regular dirt roads or gravel roads for now. Might as well make some money from distillers guilds. It seems to be quite a lucrative good here, huh? My understanding is that generally you want this number here to be in the negative. Not necessarily a huge amount, but as it is, it will pull peasants up to it. So you can see here, this is the number of peasants, and this is how many burgers we need to upgrade from the peasants. And every month, a certain amount will go up until you reach 0 peasants, at which point you're considered like kind of urbanized, I guess. Polders, and we will build them. Polders are cool. They give you population capacity, which is nice, the food production, which is nice, but the monthly development growth, that's the big one. Now they are pretty expensive, so we're going to prioritize putting them in the provinces that have kind of the most important stuff going on in it. It's actually so frustrating that these guys are still moving up. Like they're still just slowly creeping up. And basically it looks like unless I literally buy, like they're over 50. So I actually don't know what I need to do now. Now, if I wanted to, I could get a CB on these guys, build up this army with the large amounts of money that we have coming in and then conquer them. But for now, we're still going to focus on building up the buildings. Why not? You know, we need to make more money, friends. We need to build counting houses now. It's going to be really important. I promise. They're super, super expensive, but this crown power, it actually makes like a very big deal. Crown power is just really important in general. Oh, right. Civil war, because the nobles just, even though they're very happy, are unhappy, I guess. I don't know. Admittedly, I don't really like the way that the civil wars are set up. I find it to be quite irritating. Oh, honey, it's time to give me more money. Getting absolutely filthy rich off of just taking money from our friend here, who I'm inevitably going to backstab. More counting houses. Bureaucracy. Well, we're going to obviously need centralization. That is going to help us push very quickly, or much quicker, which again takes us from basically estate satisfaction over to crown power, which is really important. We were at 31 before, but these counting houses have brought us up to 33 and 34 rather, and it is going to have lasting impacts. I'm going to start getting a couple more towns founded over here. Places like Horn, maybe. Yeah, I think Horn will become a town. This guy will become a town. This one will probably not, because fruit is, you know, it's a food, so we don't really want to urbanize that. This one turns Horn into a town if it passes, so we might as well push that one through. Free subjects, sounds good to me. We will produce all of the paper. We're definitely moving into Utrecht for our next one, so I am going to make sure that we are stronger than them. And that means we're going to need to start spending some money on our army. We can do that. It's not a problem at all. Oh, goody. Another one where we're going to have rebels because our guy decided he was going to push something through that we have no say over. Ah, man, have I mentioned how much I dislike this new union system? I think it's cool. It has potential to be really cool, especially with the whole voting stuff. But the fact that it's just like I'm just hard locked into just losing them all. It's no good. It's no good. Possible government reforms. Centralization, crown power, and estate satisfaction decay. Is that even a question, bro? Is it even a question? Why will it not push farther than 10.88? That is an oddly specific number, and I don't seem to know why it won't go farther. Hey, free crown power. We take that. Up to 35. I definitely am all right with that. Let's go ahead and just reduce opinion. I don't care. The major thing I needed was to fabricate this CB. And we are obviously going to be attacking these boys in short order. Just get a little bit more men in the army. Probably some heavy cavalrymen. Maybe like one of them. And then a couple of handgunners. And we should be good to go. So now we're going to be investing a bit into some tanneries, going to try to boost the amount of leather in our node, and that way we are going to be able to recruit more army for much cheaper. You can see here the price is affected heavily by leather, and we can get our price down an additional 33% if we can bring the price of leather down. So that is how we're going to work on that. You know what they say, the best offense is a good defense, or something like that. So big army, nobody's going to attack us. If they do attack us, they're going to get booped on the snoop. We could go with a noble electorate, but I think we're going to curtail the nobles, pushing us towards centralization, blocking the nobility from the cabinet. They've honestly just been pretty annoying for most of this game. You can see they're rowdy, even though they're barely disloyal. So we're going to go ahead and curtail them. It's going to hurt our ability to tax them a little bit. Well, it actually allows us to tax them more, but it should be fine. Yeah, mostly I just want to make it so they quit harassing me and making problems for my people. And now you can see we've got some tanneries off the board, and every month the price to recruit these guys is going to go down, down, down. And I also think that applies to maintenance costs. Yep, it definitely does. So that's pretty good. You can see the more that we are producing, the less we need to import. And importing is, you know, expensive. Protectionism, hey. This is getting to be about as cheap as we're going to be able to recruit. So let's go ahead and get those handgunners in the army. Bolstering up those numbers is going to make us very, very spooky to our neighbors. I promise you that. Development is not the best, but we will be working on that. Development gives a couple of bonuses, mostly to, you know, kind of like things that would scale up with it. In general, more development is good, as you would probably already have assumed. Oh my goodness, I'm at 100% stability. I don't think I have ever seen that my whole time playing this game, and I've got like 150 hours in it. Oh, hello there. So this is definitely a Holland event. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think it shows our flag up at the top if it's like unique to Holland. That's kind of cool. So I'm curious. Yeah, I guess we just go towards capital economy. That's definitely what we want, right? So we'll go with that. Build a couple bridges too. These are going to be helpful for proximity cost as well as movement speed. So that's always nice. And other than that, we've got all of the roads that we need to be building built up. So that is really good. Let's go ahead and go with a census. These are just nice. Well, actually, I don't know. The pops are nice, but we already have max stability. So I think I'd rather actually push for this. It automatically passes. And as long as we can push for like a couple of these guys and get it over 100, we should be fine. Maybe I should actually push for the CB. I think I totally should, actually. Let's go ahead and do that, because I feel confident that we'd be able to beat them up. It says that we're slightly weaker than them, but we can actually build up a few more men, and we should totally be fine. Get a couple more cav, and we'll call it a day. So let's go ahead, declare this war. I think we should be fine, and off we go. Early on, we just want to catch as many of their little armies off as possible and just wipe them all out. Keep them separated. That's going to be the key. Yep, I think that we can do this. We could work towards exploration stuff, but I don't know, man. Additional merchants, trade capacity. It all sounds pretty good to me. Oh, big battle in Arnhem. Big battle in Arnhem. Oh, and the losses are crazy, bro. I love this so much. Come September, we can start piecing people out. They got on the hog and yeah, they got absolutely destroyed by that. So they lost 20,000 to my 6,000. These numbers are very much acceptable. You guys will be pieced out. And actually, I think I will make you a vassal. AE is reasonable, and you will also pay me back for any troubles caused. You guys will also be pieced out. I could vassalize you, but I don't want to mess with too much. Instead, I'll just take all of your money. We do a bit of base racing, and the chances of me losing are high because it's the AI. So we'll see. 7%, 28%. Who wins first? What do you guys think? Yep, they won both of them. Both of them they won. This is definitely a paradox game, I'll tell you that. Meanwhile, they're going to siege down my capital while I'm still sieging the same province. Let's siege these back real quick. Just do a quick assault. Take them. They will automatically take everything back, and then I will come in here and I will wipe out all of the armies that have attacked me. And just like that, 28,000 men, 6,000, and that is a dub for us. We are going to annex all of this. They don't actually get a say. They think they get a say. They do not get a say. And there you go. The only people that would join our coalition is going to be Utrecht, who is getting annexed. So that's it for us. Next up, Frisian freedom, apparently, and we will take that land. Of course, it is going to be needed for us to form our nation of the Netherlands. We actually only need a little bit more with manpower to spare. So I would say that was overall a very good run. Again, control will be very hard to come by early on, but it will get better over time. Oh, it looks like our union was disbanded. Interesting. So they've got a new leader? Oh, okay. So we were supposed to go to this guy, this Yehan, but it looks like we went to Simon instead. Okay. Count is unmarried, so let's see if we can find a friend who maybe we could fish for a PU with them, right? Lorraine? Sounds good. We could probably immediately push for a claim throne on them, yeah? No, maybe not. I don't know how that works. Like I said, I don't really care about the HRE. There's a whole lot of stuff that we could be doing with them. I just kind of don't care. It's not relevant to me, honestly. Oh, Breda, I would like some money, please. Next month I should be able to. Yep, 750 gold I take from them. All right. Should probably start building some docks. I am actually the Dutch, so it's realistically a good call. University, huh? I guess we should start building universities. The research speed is very nice, and innovative is awesome. I would really like to push towards innovative. Right now we have feudal administration. We could go with a central court, which increases efficiency, centralization at the cost of aristocracy, but I don't necessarily, I think I've kind of given up on the idea of plutocracy. I guess it's not really that big of a deal. The trade efficiency is nice though, man. Yeah, I guess we'll just stick with it. We can go ahead and take those additional taxes, go with our capital economy and some free subjects. It's going to upset them. They'll be loyal again in no time. And I think we're good. That extra boost of money is going to be really good for us. We can build universities, so I don't see why we don't just build them in like our towns, right? I don't think there's any downside to it, honestly. Very expensive, of course, but this will allow us to get very big, very strong, very quickly. Pop promotion speed, institution growth, like those are just so nice. Oh, I didn't even realize that we're over 500,000 now, which is kind of cool. Mostly low Franconian, but a couple Westphalians. I suppose we should probably accept them. We'll definitely help out with control over in these regions. Okay, so education of the elites. This one automatically looks really good. This education of the court. Efficiency of the cabinet is just always a useful one. Yeah, I don't see anything else that even appeals to me, so we're just going to go ahead and go with that. Oh, and the union has reformed. Okay. Oh, hey, it looks like we've actually passed them. Are they... How? Just because now we're actually like significantly strong enough for them? Well, I guess if that's the case, we should try to push this debate here. In a couple of years, we can become senior partner. That would be nice. And I suppose we should probably get a couple of boats in our navy. We are the Dutch. I know, I haven't even looked at it yet, and it's, you know, almost 1444. Cannon maker up next. And I think you guys already know we're going to be making some cannons. Because if you can't beat them, you might as well make their weapons, I guess. Or something like that. We will build the cannons. Artillery is, as you would expect, important. Oh, and by the way, we're past 1444, which is kind of cool. Ooh, a counting house and control. That's tempting. Gravel road network is also always very tempting. More money. We can get capital economy in. More capital economy. This will push us towards centralization as well by 10, which is definitely what we want. So we're going to go ahead and work on that. There we go. Only a little bit upset with the estates, and they should be good by the time the parliament ends. And with the money that we're going to make off of these extra taxes, we can build more roads. So that is a total win-win in my opinion. Absenteeism. Now, if I could just get that up a little bit, and we can get a large chunk of money, which I will happily take. And then in the next one, once we've done coring up all this stuff, then we'll worry about possibly pushing over into Friesland. Lots of cannon makers in the works. Love that. And speaking of cannons, how about it? Maybe we should work on getting some copper imported, huh? That might help out with the prices for that. Definitely want to import some copper. And of course, why not from Stockholm? Sounds good. Oh, baby. Established seniority. Oh, wait, no. They've actually passed me now. They were behind me, and now they've passed me. Did I just misread it before? Oh, so I'm just voting for myself to become their junior partner again. This is our senior partner, by the way. France has won the 100 Years' War. Interesting. Okie dokie. Parliament coming soon. Gonna go to war with East Frisia. They don't have any friends I care about, so I will actually dominate them, which will be very nice. A nice change of pace. And here we go. We're gonna hold it in the hog. Go for market expansion is always good. Fabricate a CB on Friesland. Contain pike and shot. I'd rather not, so I guess we'll just let this one fail. That's fine. And now we will declare this war. And looks like there's no stability hit from it, so that's fine. Looks like they have no forts over here. So, all right. We just want to piece Cologne out as quickly as possible. That's going to be the goal for that. Is there a way to barrage the walls? That is the question. I don't know if I see a way to do it. Yeah, I'm not sure. These guys are going to peace out, give me all their money, and that makes it 1v1, which is, you know, fine. I'm not worried about a 1v1 with these guys. Now, this one, we will be taking these two areas. That's how this is going to work. All right, a year and a half, almost 2 years on a siege. Let's go now. Wrap it up. The AE is really not that bad. Bunch of people who I don't really care about could possibly join. So I think we're fine. And war reps, of course. Why not? There we go. Easy peasy. And we can now form the Netherlands. So let's go ahead and do that. Very cool. Oh, it's a nice color as well. Okay. And Brabant is asking for money. Nah, that's not how that works. In fact, buddy, I ask you for money. I can't yet, but I will. And the cool thing about that war is that we didn't use any levies. That was entirely from regulars. Very cool. Oh, our heir died? Come on, man. So my heir is going to be a whammon. That's okay. Pike and shot is another one where once you get it, it's going to give you some pretty solid bonuses. So which one do we want? Burgers? Naval service? I don't really care about levies, so that's kind of the problem there. I guess I'd rather have more boats. That way I can have my money go into regulars. And control is starting to creep up through this area, so that's good. I'm hoping to get some road construction on the next Parliament rather, and that way we can start working on getting, you know, things more integrated over here. And culturally, most of those people are Frisian or Westphalian, which both are accepted now, so we should be fine with that. I wonder how the Hussites are doing. And they're gone. Now, there's a couple of them. I know that they actually tended to be quite a bit more prevalent over here in Moravia, but looks like they're gone. Rip. Yeah, I feel like forming these guys should turn me into a duchy by default. Like, again, this does not make sense, man. This actually makes no sense. Oh wait, I'm now the leader, or I'm now bigger than them. So theoretically, I could CB on them to take superiority. Okay, maybe we try to push for that. So let's get some spy network on them. There's no reason that should be a thing. Now I'm gonna get more money from these guys one more time, and then I'm going to break alliance because we want like Antwerp and stuff, very good provinces for money. Civil War. I guess we'll join you. I mean, I'm not actually going to help you though. You can handle it on your own, brother. Does that give me some more favors with you? No, I want more favors. I want 25. Sadly, no roads. That's what I wanted, was roads, but that's okay. I guess we'll go with the census. That's always a helpful one. Education of the elites, huh? Efficiency of our cabinet is fine with me. For 12 stability, that's probably worth it. Either way, let's start building more roads. We definitely want to make sure those are an emphasis for us. And since we last looked, development is definitely getting better. It was in like the high 20s, so now we're in kind of the low 30s, still high 20s in a lot of these areas. I'd like to get quite a bit more. You can see like this over here is just, Brugge is very wealthy, but the low countries are being developed slowly but surely. We need to get more polders built, I think. That census gave us a nice little chunk of population growth, so we definitely like that. That's a solid one right there. All right, so apparently you can become a duke. You just have to be friendly with the emperor, in this case Luxembourg, and we're now a duchy. So that's nice. Wish I would have known that, 100 years ago, but it is what it is. So here's the issue with attacking these guys is they're allied to basically everybody. We're gonna get completely boned if we try to attack them. That's tough. That's really tough. And so it doesn't look like there's an easy way to like click another nation to see. Okay, so like they're allied to these guys, I guess. But why does it not say what their relations are? You just have to know what the colors are, I guess. I mean, that's fine, but could be a little more useful, I think. So if I wanted to attack them, I have to attack a lot of people, which is not really worth it. We'll worry about it later. More marketplaces, like you do. As this land comes more under our control, it will become even more useful, which is wonderful. All kinds of marketplaces. I guess we just have no cabinet members. We can't even afford them. They're like crazy expensive to get them in. So we sit back and wait, I guess. I don't know. Just integrating some land over here and doing that, I guess. Oh man, up to 75 is crazy. Look at that, 144% food here, 119, 112. Honestly, we should probably just work on getting more fruit over here in Amersfoort. It's not the greatest RGO, but we'll take what we can get, I suppose. Well, maybe we want to become the King of Denmark. That would be pretty great. You could marry Sir Charles MacEstred, a general, and also our second cousin. Yeah, oh, much better. Now we're actually like a great power. That's pretty great. I love that they're the senior partner now, even though they're a little guy, just a little guy. Honestly, my best bet to attack them might actually be to attack Brabant and then separate piece them. That's probably better off. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Put the emperor as well. But just numbers alone, like we outnumber them pretty heavy. I just need to get a couple more members in our army. We'll get a few more, kind of see if we can manage. That'd be pretty great. Big chunky army over here. Next parliament coming up soon. See if we can get a claim down here. Oh, actually, they're our allies, so we're gonna have to wait on a truce anyways. 3 years isn't too bad. Oh, it looks like they're at war with the French. You guys at war with the French? What's this about? What's going on here? They are. Interesting. Navarrese war. They're just allied to Navarra, I guess. I don't know, man. That's kind of goofy. Well, this is good for us, though, because it means that they are much less likely to get helped by their friends, and we can probably scoop in and take a really nice state here, maybe even 2, depending on how much our antagonism will allow. So let them get beaten up on. I really don't care. If anything, it's a good thing for us. Let's fabricate that CB on Brabant here. I think that is a good one. Apparently the PU stuff causing me instability, like you do. Oh, I love that, actually. That's really funny. So if we were to attack them right now, we would totally dominate. The New World has been discovered in 1461. Very cool. My daughter and heir, I think, right? Our ruler's daughter. Are you not my heir? I don't know. Oh, wait, no. My ruler's nephew is my heir. Okay. Truce expires in September of 66. Wow. All right, so I can't attack them. Oh, it's a bummer. I feel like that tooltip lied to me. I could be wrong, though. Oh, no. They took Antwerp. Oh, the French took Antwerp. That is tragic. Okay. We'll have to figure that out, I guess. Wait, my nephew died? He was the Duke of Brabant? Oh, hold on a minute. So who's our heir now? Who's this boy? He's young too, 17? The new Duke of Brabant. Oh, goodness gracious. What is going on here? Maybe it would be best for us to look to take over this union then. We really need to. Slightly weaker than them though. I don't know, man. I feel like if we just sit back and let them come in and then just like stack wipe them one by one, we can probably make it happen, especially Brabant. Especially if we can get Pike and Shot. I'm tempted to just take the stab hit right now. That will allow us to get some pretty beefy mill research for sure. Halberdiers, I think they are an upgrade for our handgunners. That would definitely give us an edge, without a doubt. I don't know why France gave these provinces back as well. They just gave it back to them. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna ask questions though. Yeah, somebody's smoking crack on the dev team though. 1,300 to bribe the estate for 10 loyalty. I think those scaling numbers might be a little overtuned. Oh, we really need to get better about our food stockpile here. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, I think we're just gonna definitely get a new CB on these guys. Now the issue is that when this guy dies, which could be like as soon as literally when we declare the war, we will be ruled by the same guy. So I don't know how that actually works, whether or not I should wait until my guy dies. I don't know, it's tempting. Printing press, huh? All right, well, what can we get with that? I'm sure there's some good stuff there as well. Trade capacity, building costs. Oh my goodness. I think we can probably invest a little bit of time into that. Crown power, cabinet seats, paved road. Heck yeah, bro. I'm gonna save up our money and try to rush out those paved roads as quickly as possible when the time comes. We're gonna have this pretty soon as well, so that'll be nice. Halberdiers. Let's see here. Can I upgrade my handgunners? Yes, let's go. Oh, they're gonna be so chunky. That's gonna be so chunky. I bet these guys hit like a truck. Oh, and apparently they're larger as well. 400 per. Oh, okay. So that's a lot of manpower we're sinking into that, but that's pretty good. I really wish my estates would pipe down, man. They're getting under my skin. Yeah, we're just gonna wait it out until this guy dies and see how things go. In the meantime, I would love to try to push for this, but it's just really not worth it in my opinion. If we can take it over, I would rather do it when Brabant is involved in the PU as well. All right, there we go. So now it should include a union with Brabant, which is awesome. And now, if I were to declare war on him, Brabant would not join. We are slightly weaker, quote unquote, but I don't think we actually are. I reckon we could absolutely win this war. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that CB, and we're going to attack. I feel pretty good about it. So let's go ahead and so we'll give it, it's going to take a few months, and we'll declare war on them. Unified succession law. I mean, I guess we vote for it. It's fine. Those halberdiers are about to absolutely shred these guys. I feel very good about that. I think that our army is probably one of the best in the world. Like, we could probably, well, I don't know if I want to say the French, but I'm sure we could actually hold our own. And since I'm the player, they decided to ally Austria, which is probably going to tip the scales a little too much against us. So we're going to hold off a little bit longer, I guess. So like these guys would be a good declare because they would call in. No, they would not. Why would they not? Who are you allied to, homie? It says that they're allied. Why are they not joining them if they get attacked then? I don't know, man. That's weird. All right. Well, I guess we're chilling for a bit then. Taking a look at our market though, I feel pretty good about stuff. Considering the fact that we're about, what, 140 years in? We are, without a doubt, the #1 trade power in the Brugge market, which is pretty good. And still iron, very high in demand. Well, I suppose I could probably do something about that. And at this point, we've got enough research queued up that we'll just wait for printing press to spawn on its own, and then we'll go down that path. We just can't attack these guys until they're not going to be backed up by everyone and their cousin. We need to wait it out. It's very annoying. Our dude went bald at 35. He just decided to chop it all off, I guess. Tax efficiency. Always tempting. Both of these are pretty tempting. Ooh, efficiency of our cabinet though. We're definitely going to go with that one. That alone boosts them up quite a bit. This noble one is hurting us, but we'll get rid of it eventually. I can do it right now. Might want to do that, honestly. Let's go ahead and do that. Costs us a lot of stability, but it's fine. It honestly is fine. We'll be able to buy their loyalty a little bit as well. We'll do it right now. Don't want those rebels. Really don't want them rebels. And that just makes our cabinet that much more efficient. So that's definitely a good one. Palatinate of the Rhine. I could totally attack them and PU them, apparently. But I don't think that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and marry our boy off to Katharina van der Mark. over here. She's a distant cousin. That's okay. We don't mind a little bit of that wincest, you know? Oh my goodness. Dude, I don't like this. I do not like this. Look at this. 33. I'm gonna have rebels now. I don't even know what I did wrong, bro. I literally don't know what I did wrong. Oh, maybe I voted for the aligned one. I just assumed they would. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, we're 100% gonna have a noble rebels. Honestly, I kind of have to suck it up and just go for it because it looks like I'm about to get annexed, and obviously I don't want that. Well, might as well get some money from these guys. Might as well. Getting a couple more men in the army, specifically cavalry, to make sure that we can try to blast through these lines, because we're definitely going to need to go to war here. I don't think we have a choice. I don't want to get annexed by this little like one province minor. Makes me a little angry. Well, I actually need quite a few more armories and training fields. I did not realize that I was like completely screwing over my my ability to field an army by building it up so large. We've got lots of money though, so it's really not a problem. And when the time comes, we will attack, and they will send men in, but I'm not really too fussed about it. It looks like Austria is having a war of its own, which is very much ideal for us. Civil war with some nobles? For who? Oh, maybe it's these guys? I don't know who you're fighting against. Over here, I guess? I don't know, man. Lots of training fields finishing up, and we'll have a positive manpower flux. We'll have a positive manpower thing, which is going to be really good. We're going to need that. Meanwhile, we've got 4 more years to declare this war, so we should be fine. We're in the green, and these guys have rebels. Interesting. Doesn't change anything on our end. Let's just go ahead and declare that war, and we're just going to sit back and play defensively for a little bit. In these sorts of battles, we need to make sure that we are being smart, because we don't want to waste a bunch of manpower. But yep, if we can take like a little small stack, we want to do it. Might as well go with some larger levies. We're probably gonna need them. Probably. So do we just make a doom stack and run around? I actually don't know how this works, but I can doom stack. I'm fully capable of doom stacking. Looks like we might need to doom stack. Yeah, I don't see how they do this. I mean, if we're just kind of sitting back waiting for them to attack us over and over again, I mean, I can do this basically all day. So right now it's 8,000 to 30,000, and we're going to start piecing people out. I think it's going to go pretty dang quick. I'm going to go ahead and vassalize these guys. I think that's a good call. Going to have to siege some stuff down here that I'd rather not, but we're probably going to have to. But getting out the big guys like Austria, that's going to be a major one. It's a lot of men they've got. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's a big battle. Oh my gosh, that's a big battle. A Pyrrhic victory as well, but a victory nonetheless. That was the Austrian doom stack right there. And we need 80 war score for this. Yeah, it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute. I love when they split up their armies and I can just absolutely thrash them like that. Oh, that's the best. So we're gonna see if we can kind of like start slowly separate piecing everybody out. It's piecemeal. That's kind of gonna be the goal here. Liège, they're out. See if we can get onto Luxembourg's capital, get them out. We just like kind of run around, occupy their capital, or at least stand on it. Occupied and besieged provinces is a very powerful modifier. I don't know if that's how it works in EU5, but in EU4 it did. I don't know, man. Do you think it's worth losing 60,000 men to keep control of your personal union? I don't know. I guess that's up to them. You guys are out of there. Now Luxembourg, I'd like to get you out of there. They're close. They're getting there, man. They are close. Big battle. Oh, big battle with the Austrians, and a big win for us. Love that. People are starting to get a little antsy to get out of the war, but they're clinging in there. So I guess we'll just let it hang out. Luxembourg is out. That's a big one. Now, if I can get Lorraine out and then like ideally Austria, but I don't know. We'll see about Austria. Lorraine is close, but their capital is in fact not a fort. So that makes it a lot easier for me. I'll also take some money from them because why not? Austria over here casually sieging me down with 0 attrition because reasons, I guess. I don't think so, brother. I don't think so. You guys are fighting here. Fighting. Let's get down here and see if we can siege down his capital. So this war's been going on for 3 years and it is an absolute bloodbath. I'm a big fan. This is a lot of fun, actually. Over 100,000 men have died, and most of them are on their side. We're taking 1 to 3 losses, so this is absolutely like, it's fine. It's really okay. Looks like they're trying to base race us a bit, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. They can siege down my my subject in some random peripheral fort. It's really fine with me. 57%. We've lost 3 times in a row. Are they going to win both of these sieges before it? Most likely. Oh my gosh, that's like 6 in a row we've lost this siege. I am in awe. I'm actually in awe. They're going to get onto my capital before I can siege this down. Man, same annoying garbage from the previous title, man. All right, let's come over here, take this back. Very important. Get out of here, you clowns. Get out of here, you clowns. I don't think so. This is my fort now, baby. My fort. Get down here and siege his capital, and then we can probably piece this one out. It's just annoying that there's so many people in the war, bro. So many of them. Austria and the Pope almost won out. Maybe if I come up here and boop this Austrian army, they will be a little more willing to peace out. That would be wonderful. Nope, they're actually feeling much better now, so that's good. All right, they are now willing to give me this treaty, where we will assume seniority in the Union. That is all I wanted for the entire thing. Insanely high losses on both sides, mostly on their side, but still. But this is now the Netherlands Union, and we want to get Brabant back in there. How do we do that? Where'd you go? Right, so I'm his heir. Is he my heir? He's not. Okay, well, hopefully that'll work out. Either way, we are now the senior partner. So foundation law, seniority, sovereign succession law, and now we can start working towards these as time goes on. I won't lie though, that kind of took it all out of me. That was exhausting. But honestly, I feel pretty good about it. I think we've got ourselves in a really good spot. We could continue this if we wanted to, and maybe after the release of EU5, we can do that if you guys want to. We are making a lot of money on trade because this little trade node is super good. We are making almost as much money in trade over here as France is in the entirety of this node. Pretty nutty. And all of that with only conquering like 4 provinces. Pretty good. Feels really good to be making videos on the channel again. I'm sure I'm biased, but I'm actually pretty excited for this release and for the subsequent updates. With all the time that I have in this, I'm happy to say that I think that it is releasing in a pretty good spot. And obviously it's a Paradox title, so you know there will be quite a bit of support after release. So if you think it's okay now, you can definitely expect it to get better with time. I don't think this game is going to be any exception to that. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. And I don't advocate for pre-orders, but if you do want to pre-order the game, you can check out the link in the description and in the pinned comment. If you buy the game using that link, there's no extra cost to you, and I get a little kickback. Helps me out a ton. And if the game's already been released, you can still use that link. It's still going to help me out. But I appreciate you for watching. I know this was a long one, but hopefully it was a good one for you. And stay tuned, because there's going to be more EU5 content in the future. Thanks again to Paradox for the early access and for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.